Merhaba Holyweek.
Exactly.
Yes, you
Let's
nailed
go.
it. Well, hi Theodor. It's lovely to see you. Well, we can start by saying, how are you feeling? You just wanna tell us about how you feel.
Well, hello to you and all of our people watching this video right now. I'm really fine. It's been a long day. It's been a tough day today. I've had rehearsals for the Eurovision performance, rehearsals for the vocal part of the Eurovision performance. I've been working on the YouTube videos that I'm gonna post this period before the whole Eurovision starts. And uh, after this interview, I'll go back home to finish working on these things. But it's um it's kind of like a trip, and I really enjoy every step of it.
So maybe, we could talking about, a Romanian Eurovision journey, because until 2018, Romania did pretty well in Eurovision, because it's only few remaining countries that, it's always have a place in the final. But after 2018, they kind of struggling to be in the final. So what do you think about that?
Romanian music has a special quality attached to it, and this is an entire culture that we are talking about. So I've been raised with this whole attraction for the Eurovision phenomenon, and I've had a paper with every single Romanian contestant that went to Eurovision printed and attached to my desk. This whole thing with the non-qualifying experiences since 2018, I'm not really sure why that happened, but I guess it's people's choice, and I really tend to appreciate people's choice more than a jury vote could ever mean, because I think people understand music in the exact same way, in the exact same amount that music understands them. And so I'm not saying in 2018 2018, 2019, and 2021 we didn't have the best song, or it was an awful song. I'm just saying that maybe it wasn't the perfect moment for them. If you're listening back to several songs from the whole Eurovision history that haven't won, you can still be impressed, because I'm talking um, Spain 1998. Que voy a hacer sin ti? Que voy a hacer sin ti? Si ya no estás aquí, ¿cómo puedo entregarte amor? Tantos besos que no te di, ¿qué voy a hacer sin ti? So music is beautiful all around the world. It's just something that happens, and this whole Eurovision journey is not just about qualifying in the final. Of course, that's the purpose of every single contestant. Because who goes to Eurovision saying, "No, I just want to step out of the game in the semifinals. It's okay. It's okay. Semifinals, it's all right." Everybody wants to go in the final and take the best place they can. So what I'm saying is basically maybe those weren't the best choices for that moment.
So now maybe we can shift more like your personal musical career. Who's your musical inspirations?
So I've been listening to a whole bunch of music when I was since I was little. In my childhood, my parents had this whole huge CD and vinyl collection in my room. And so when kids my age were listening to, I don't know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star type songs, yeah, I was listening
Like a
to
lullaby, kind of, right?
yeah. I was listening to the music that my parents used to listen. So I was exposed to the whole culture of rock and roll with Elvis Presley and Little Richard, the whole concept of the blues and soul era with James Brown and Michael Jackson coming back uniting R&B with blues and creating this whole king of pop image that was uh, brought to light later. I grew up with a lot of passion for this knowing about music. So I was exposed to Elvis, Little Richard, James Brown, and then I started wondering, is this all? Because I was listening to Romanian artists as well, and I was learning all the lyrics. I was singing them shouting over the over the lyrics in my room. And when I started listening to English music, I didn't even notice that it was another language. I just thought that it was those were Romanian words that I just didn't know back then. You know, so that's why I
Totally.
think that music is a whole other language, and music can speak by itself to each and every one of us, no matter what language the lyrics are in, because everybody can understand music in the exact same amount that music understands them. Growing up with this passion for culture and knowing more and more and more about music, I started watching YouTube videos, and I got to know what does blues mean, what are the biggest names in this whole subgenre industry. I've started to know about literal origins of every single musical genre: R&B, blues, rock, hip hop, and I think it's an essential thing to know, because you can't build anything new nowadays. You can just combine things you know, things you've learned, into making something out of things that were already public, making something new with things that people already know. Just as in my song. So my song DGT, it presents us a fusion in between five different musical genres. So we have pop, rock, R&B, hip hop, and blues. So you can sense the elements of each genre. So you have the rhythm in triplets, as in blues used to be in 60s, 70s. You have the rock guitars. You have a hip hop part in English. You have the pop elements that influence the song a lot as well. And so those were my main influences when I was a child. I think music passes through time, and especially when you hit up for this whole evergreen standard that we all try to achieve. So I'm trying to make something evergreen with my performance as well, because I'm fusioning all these five genres. But above it all, there's this message that I'm trying to send to the people. This whole "Make Love Not War" message that I wrote on my chest in the national final. And the whole song is about a war in a love, and how love can lift you up to the sky, and you feel like you're touching the clouds and you're the king of it all. But then it can let you fall and hit yourself right to the ground. But then, using the whole same love, you can come back up.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I think you're quite young right now, so I just wonder, you just only prioritize music in your life, or you just wanna, you know, change your career direction a little bit different than music, maybe.
I discovered I have this huge passion for music when I was 4 years old, and I started getting piano lessons when I was 7. And I got my first vocal coach when I was 9. Then I gave up on the piano. I started learning guitar by on my own. Then I forgot everything I knew about piano. I had to learn it all again with YouTube videos all alone. When I was 14, I think I had an audition for the first musical with teenagers in Romania. I was extremely excited about this. I was like, "Oh my God, it's a musical show. I'm gonna sing on stage, and there will be characters and text and um, real acting." I was fascinated about this. I've been obsessed with watching movies and analyzing every single scene of them all my life. And so, passing this audition and playing this whole musical show 1 year of my life, I discovered that I really do love this whole theatrical world. I auditioned to the National College of Arts here on the acting part, and now I'm the 12th grade in the high school on the theater section, and I'm a member of a theatrical band here in Romania called Victory of Art, with whom we play every single week on the animation theater in Bucharest. I even got um, a best actor in a leading role award last year for one comedy role I had in Paravando Telefane, a Romanian comedy. And I got some awards for different shows or short movies I directed by myself. So even the national final moment, it was something that was all my ideas plus the choreography made by Diana Colea, the choreographer. These all of these ideas mixed up made me feel like I'm in between this whole music world and the theatrical world, and I'm not trying to choose any of them. I'm trying to balance them and build my whole journey, my whole road in between those two, because I think those two will never work one without another.
Is there a music video on the way? Because this song is so interesting. It really stands out among the overall songs this year's Eurovision Song Contest. I'm curious to see if there's a music video or not.
I've been thinking about this a lot. I came up with some ideas that I really like, and I do believe in them to the maximum. I'm not so sure when this video will be made or released. I hope that we are gonna use all of these ideas to make something that will really stand out, as you said, the song stands out. So I'm hoping to do this. I'm not really sure for now whether we will make it or not. But so the ideas were made, they are written on paper. We just haven't planned this for now. It's sort of a mystery. I mean, you can either believe in what I say, that nothing is planned and something like that, or you can believe that oh, this is all planned. That I've been thinking about what I'm gonna say if someone asks me about this music video, and this is a whole plan.
As far as I remember, the whole song is in Romanian, and in Eurovision, the English language is, popular, and some participants don't trust their language and don't trust themselves, and they think, why will I sing in my own language when I go to stage? So why are the lyrics in Romanian? That's what I want to ask.
The song is half Romanian, half English.
Yeah.
And um, so the song was originally wrote fully in Romanian for my debut album called Fragile, which I released in October 2020. But some weeks after, I started working on this particular Eurovision version of this song, and I wrote the whole English part because I really do believe in the idea of keeping the Romanian part as a statement. So first of all, the English part tells a story by herself. So it's a song about war in love, this whole battle in between logical decisions and emotional feelings, and something like a necessary evil to which you come back to no matter how much it hurts you. And so it's a love story in a different approach. And the English part talks just about that. But the Romanian part, if you don't know Romanian and you listen to it, and you see the translation, you found a complete other chapter of the story, and it builds a whole puzzle within so many pieces. If you don't watch the translation into English for the Romanian part, it just becomes a rhythmic element, which is not bad at all, because as I said before, music is a language herself. Music itself is a language. So I don't believe in these boundaries, because you can have Måns Zelmerlöw from Sweden win in 2015 with Heroes. We are the heroes of our time, heroes. Oh. And then you can have Salvador Sobral win in 2017 with Amar pelos dois. Meu coração pode amar pelos dois. And you don't necessarily understand the words he's saying, but you can feel the emotion and the whole story around it. And that's why I believe, plus YouTube reactions and the written reactions I saw for the song, everyone, mostly people said that this whole having a Romanian part and an English part separated, it's an advantage, and I really do believe in this thing. So the song will be kept this way.
I can ask that. What is your favorite Eurovision song from your country?
Moment of Silence 2016. It's a song that has been disqualified, so we haven't got even to the semifinals. But it was a song that I really, really loved. But if you're talking about songs that really went to the competition in the end, 2008. Pe margine de lume was a beautiful song, so it's like o noapte întreagă și-o zi cu tine alături de-aș fi. Aș crede că lumea e a mea și numai ție lumea ți-o voi da. So that was my mother's favorite Romanian song in Eurovision. And there is also a YouTube video in which I sing this song when I was like 12 or 13, something like that. But I also like, knowing the whole Romanian history in Eurovision, I also like the 1998 Mălina Olinescu, Eu cred, which was like, eu cred că mă asculți, eu cred că nu uiți, din cer să-mi dai un semn că mai stai. That was something I really appreciated.
And I want to ask, what is your all-time favorite Eurovision song?
1987 Johnny Logan, Hold Me Now, which was like, don't close your heart to how you feel, dream and don't be afraid the dream's not real. Close your eyes, pretend it's just the two of us again. Make believe this moment's here to stay. And for the last time, hold me now.
So far, which of the Eurovision songs are your favorite this year?
So the top three. I really, really like Denmark's song, the one with if we could go back to the start, that was still before and apart. I'm not scared to love you. Second place, Bridges, but I don't really recall what country was it. I think
Estonia.
Estonia. Yes, wonderful song. And the first place, my song.
Of course. Like one first person, but except you, who would it be?
Who would win?
Yes, except you. You're not gonna tell yourself.
Except me. Oh. Except me. I think Pasha from Moldova. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice one.
Okay, now I'm taking over. Now, in this part of the interview, this is going to be the last part of the interview. We're going to ask you very random questions, and it's going to be fun. Let's see. Are you ready?
Cool. Okay, let's go.
Opinion. Best song of all time.
Smith, Crazy.
And best cuisine in the world, apart from the Romanian one.
Wow. Italian.
What's your favorite dish from the Italian cuisine?
Lasagna.
Now, best movie of all time.
Wow. Best movie of all
It's a
time.
tough
So
call, right?
this is a tough question. So I'll make a top three. If we're talking biography movies, I loved Elvis, I loved Bohemian Rhapsody, I loved Walk the Line, but I think my favorite was Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey, the story about Andy Kaufman's, the comedian genius biography story. Second place, um, Her with Joaquin Phoenix, and the first place has to be um, as a drama, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
Okay.
Yes.
and as a comedy, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
And best country to visit for a winter holiday.
I'm gonna say France. You can walk beside the Eiffel Tower and sing "Oh Champs-Élysées," I don't know, but you can watch the Notre Dame de Paris musical. So you can find things to do. You can watch the Amélie French movie from the 2000s.
Theodore, thank you so much for coming to our online interview. It's been a pleasure for us to have you here. And that was all from us. Maybe you'd like to add something for the last time, please.
Thank you too. It was a lot of fun having this interview. What would I add? So I'd encourage the people watching this video, if they watched until the end, to believe in youth, to believe in love, because I think love is the answer to all of the questions. And as I wrote on my chest on the national final, make love, not war, because it's a thing that I really do believe people need to hear these days. Even when it comes about love relationships, even when it comes to the whole situation we have going on in the world right now, even if it comes to people suffering from anxiety or depression, or victims of bullying, as I used to be in primary school. I think people really need to believe in themselves and find their inner child, their inner wishes and rebellion, and this whole spirit, this whole courage and strength to do exactly what their heart tells them to do. And that's what I think rock and roll is all about. And so that's why I think that people should vote for DGT, to vote for rock and roll, and vote for for a really evergreen and love spreading song and performance.